All right, guys, welcome to another live Q&A. I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties over here, so bear with me, I'm sorry. So today's Tuesday, which means that's time for another Q&A. I'm going to answer all your questions about eBay dropshipping. So, can everyone hear me okay? eBay dropshipping. All right, I'm also streaming live on YouTube, so I'm just going to wait for a few people to come in over there before we get started. Okay, we got Anthony here, we got Gary, we have John on Facebook, Mike on Facebook. Sorry, guys, for those of you on Facebook, I'm doing it on my phone, and I dropped my phone twice, so I apologize for that right in the beginning. But all the technical difficulties have worked out. So how's everyone doing today? Give me drop like a number 2 if everyone's having a good day. Ben is here. Anthony's having a good day. John's having a good time. Joshua's having a good day. Chewbacca's back in the house. Welcome, man. I'm gonna give it a few minutes, wait for people to get in here. Now I'll start answering some questions. Choose Happy's having a good day. Good to hear. All right, guys, so what we're going to do today is just like normal. Every Tuesday, I'm going to answer all your questions about eBay dropshipping. It's been a little while doing that. And then if it's cool with you guys, I'm just going to spend a few moments, tell you about some big announcements that are happening. So if that's okay with everyone, we'll get started. Okay, so let me take a look at some of these questions that we had from the week. Where are those? Sorry, my dog's barking. Bear with me 1 second. All right. He gets upset if I'm not holding him on my lap, so he's going to stay here for a little while. So Sebastian asked me this week if the Repricer is included in the free option for DSM Tool, and yes, it is. DSM Tool is the lister and repricer that I like for eBay dropshipping. So if you want to check that out, there's a link to it in the description below this. What else? Frank was asking, saying he's new to dropshipping and wants to know if I recommend dropshipping from AliExpress. No, I don't recommend dropshipping from AliExpress. Let me just fix this camera. They have really slow shipping speeds, so it's not really suitable for doing eBay dropshipping because they take forever to ship into the United States. Okay, Sherry says, does Home Depot include invoices and boxes from their company? So Sherry, when you ship something from Home Depot, it is going to come usually in a Home Depot box, and there will be an invoice inside that says that it's from Home Depot. However, the price usually isn't on there, so you're pretty much fine with that. I wouldn't worry about that. The other thing with the box is so many people have Home Depot boxes laying around that every time I get something that's in a Home Depot box, I assume that my customers are just going to assume that I just had the box, those are the boxes I bought, and that I shipped the item in. It's not necessarily from Home Depot. Anthony says, is it trial and error when finding products to dropship? He wants to start so badly while doing my book selling and not sure where to start. So Anthony, it sounds to me like you're already selling on eBay. You're probably, I'm guessing, right? You go to thrift stores, find books, and resell them on eBay. I know there's big money in that. So no, it's not necessarily trial and error. There is some trial and error involved, but there's really formulas that you can get down to really find profitable items to list. I go over that in my course, but I've also talked about it in other videos. I made a video with Steve from Rake and Profit recently. We talked about how I find profitable items to list. There's really a formula system to getting it down. So that way you kind of take the guesswork out of it. Do you start off, record your sales in spreadsheet or just use GoDaddy? So Gary's asking me about finances. This is kind of something that has always kind of been like, I'm still trying to figure out the best way to do the finances, the bookkeeping. Right now I'm doing it two ways. One, I use GoDaddy bookkeeping, and one, I manually enter everything into a sheet. And when I say everything, I don't literally mean every single sale. That'd be impossible to keep up with. I'm just downloading from my credit cards, my statements, getting how much money was paid for the cost of goods, getting from PayPal and eBay how much those fees are, and of course getting from PayPal what my sales are. It's very simple. It's money in and money out. So I have all that in a spreadsheet. GoDaddy bookkeeping will do that for you automatically. I used it. I started using it last year, at the end of last year. It seemed to be working really well. Then what happened is that I was having trouble with one of my credit cards. It's not GoDaddy's fault. It's my credit card company's fault, not sending the data over to GoDaddy correctly. So because of that, GoDaddy is off for me right now. So I want it to start working again so that I can give it like a full review. But for the 1.5 months that it was working last year, it was working great. But I want to use it for a little bit longer with like a credit card that actually works before I give it like a full review. Robert, I kind of just answered your question. It's not that I'm not using GoDaddy. It's just I'm having a problem with my credit card company right now. So I'm going to keep trying to use it. I'm going to get rid of my credit card that's not working probably and see if that fixes the problem. Anthony, I don't do personal coaching anymore. It just got to be too much time. And that's why I made the course that I made. With the course, you do have access to a Facebook mastermind. And in that mastermind, you ask questions. I'm very active in there. I help answer a lot of the questions in there. Chad's here in the house. Wants to know how cool my husband is. He's at the gym right now. So I guess he's watching me on the treadmill. Hey, Chad, we miss you over here. Eric wants to know how many bricks are on the wall behind me. That's a good question. I've never been bored enough to count. I stay pretty busy these days. Robert wants to know what's up with Chad. Chad's at the gym. He's hustling. You know, he fits in his workout wherever he can because he works really hard. Carlos wants to know, have I ever sent the same item twice by mistake? And what do I do? So yeah, this has happened before. It doesn't happen as much as it used to because I kind of got it down to a science. But yeah, it's happened before, and customers have told me like, hey, what happened here? And I just said, oh, you know, if it's a cheap item, just say, oh, we really appreciate your being a customer of ours, so we sent you this free one. Sometimes the customers are really nice and they'll send one back. If it's Home Depot, it's really easy. I just say, oh, I'm sorry we sent this to you. Just leave it outside. UPS will come pick it up. And it doesn't really happen as much anymore because we kind of got a good system down. So Mike wants to know what the main glitches are in DSM tool that we should be aware of. So unfortunately, like every single lister and repricer is not perfect. There's no perfect one. They're all going to have some glitches, and that's because they pull data. I'm not up on all the terms exactly. They somehow get data from the websites like Home Depot, Walmart, Amazon, and they all use the same system. But if the information they're getting is incorrect, then there's nothing that the repricer like DSM tool can do about that. So that's unfortunately nothing you can really do to get around that. So Anthony wants to know, if I charge your course onto a credit card, will I be able to make that money back if I follow your guidance? Yeah, so Anthony, use a 2% back credit card and you'll get 2% off the course just by doing that. Because the credit card company will give you 2% back. And then, you know, you're going to learn how to sell items on eBay, and you can easily make that money back fairly quickly. So yeah. Yep. Bridget says they're having trouble with GoDaddy bookkeeping. The profit is way too high. You might want to check to make sure that all your banks are correctly attached to it and syncing up right, and all your credit cards as well. Like I said, I can't really give it a full fair review right now because I'm having trouble with one of my credit cards. And Bridget, sometimes if you just did it today or recently, you have to wait until the end of the month because it's not going to pull data from the past. It's only going to pull some of the data from the past. It's really only accurate from the day you start it forward, if that makes sense to you. So the Breaking Sheep is trying to get feedback on eBay by buying some items that are 99 cents and get feedback from sellers. He doesn't really know what his question is. Yeah, that's just a good strategy. If you're trying to get some feedback, you can buy items off eBay and the sellers will usually give you feedback. Andres wants to know if I sell mostly men or women's products. So I don't really sell items that are gender specific. I don't sell like clothing or shoes or things like that. I mostly sell home improvement items, which don't really have a gender. Adil said he made $1 million with eBay. Congratulations. Oh, can I make $1 million with eBay? I'm not sure. Can you? That's really up to your work ethic. How do you calm down crazy customers that ask for tracking numbers every 6 hours? Yikes, this customer is bugging me. So I just tell them, on the listing, it says we have 3 days handling time. Weekends don't count as handling times. And as soon as the tracking number is available, we'll upload it and let you know right away. And then I say, if they keep bugging me, I say, you try to cancel the order if you don't want to wait, but we do have the 3-day tracking time, handling time. So we promise we'll upload it when we get the chance. Ben wants to know if my scripts for my VAs are personalized for Home Depot. The only thing is anything in my way. So Ben, yeah, they're not really particular for Home Depot. They work for most sources. Take a look at the scripts, and of course you want to modify it as you see fit for your store, and also for each different source you might want to modify it as well. And also give your virtual assistants the leeway to make some changes to it as necessary, because that's going to happen, and that's what I do for mine. By the time the VA wake up to do the work, it would be 8 a.m. their time, and ours would be 6 p.m. Wouldn't that be too late to do work for us? So Bridget's talking about there's a time difference between us and our virtual assistants. So it's not really a concern because, they're all I have VAs placing orders twice a day, once in the morning and once at night. And then they do the customer service overnight. So by 8 a.m., all the customer questions are answered and dealt with. Then they build up during the day. And then at 8 p.m., one of my virtual assistants hops on and starts them there. So yes, there's a time difference, but it's like they're doing it all in the middle of the night. So when I wake up, everything's done. See what questions I had from this week. So sorry if I'm saying this wrong. Tachara says, if I post listings and my PayPal is not in jail, can I use the money from the eBay order to place the order to my supplier? Right, you can do that. So somebody will pay you through PayPal for the item they bought on eBay. You could just use that money and buy the item from your source. So you don't really need any money to get started, but that's only if you're not in PayPal jail. Mike wants to know when my virtual assistant modules are coming out. So I'm making a separate virtual assistant course, and it's February now, so it's definitely going to be done. Well, I'm hoping it will be done by the end of March. I'm going to be putting a lot into it, but I don't want to make a promise on that, but I'll definitely try my best to get it done by the end of March. I'm going away in a couple weeks, so that's going to kind of slow things down. But once I get back from that, I'm going to focus on it 100%. So Alfredo on Facebook wants to know, what's the minimum amount I should start up with? How much money, how much capital do you need to start? And that really depends. Like I said before, if you're not in PayPal jail, you need very little. You just need like $150 maybe. And that's really just to cover some basic costs like software, which really software at first is free. So I would say just have 150 just in case, but If you're not in PayPal jail, I don't even know what you need it for. It just seems like a good idea to have it. But if you're not in PayPal jail, you need a few hundred because you need enough to place the orders before PayPal pays you the money from eBay. Oh, a lot of questions to roll in. So I'm going to try my best to keep up with them. But if I get too far behind, I'm just going to go to the most recent ones. Choose Happy says, am I developing a VA management course? Yes, I'm making a course about virtual assistants. Yeah. You have to join your course too. So Ben, I'm not sure what Ben's saying. If you have to join your course to take a look at it, I'm not sure what you mean by that. How often does Giving Assistant pay out? So Giving Assistant will pay you out once a week, but they take 3 months. So each order is put on hold for about 3 months. Well, it really depends on the supplier. So now I'm being paid for orders that I placed 3 months ago. How many listings are too much in one day, Brian? I don't think there's any. I don't think you could ever do too many listings in one day, as long as the listings are quality ones. To make sure they're not, like bad listings that you're just doing quickly to get out. No, Joanne, I don't think. Joanne, welcome. Joanne, I don't believe that photo optimization is as important. So I think what Joanne's talking about is in the old days, I shouldn't say the old days, a few years ago, when you used to download a photo to put onto eBay, you would rename the title of the photo, something like, if it was a hammer, you'd call it hammer. Put a keyword in there, and that seemed to help people get more traffic to their site. A lot of people, and myself included, don't feel like that is necessarily true anymore, but we really don't know because eBay doesn't really reveal their algorithms. So I don't personally do that. What I do is I look through all the photos that were given by my supplier, and I choose the best looking one. And sometimes it's not the main photo. It will help you stand out if you use a photo other than the main photo. Okay. So Gare wants to know, when you set up a new eBay store, do you have separate accounts or separate stores within one account? So an account and a store are tied together, so you can't have two stores in one account. So these are separate accounts. So Altair wants to know if he's doing good enough for a beginner. He has $150 in sales, 5 total sales in 10 days. Altair, it really depends on when you started. You just got to keep working hard. You can't really say if this is good for a beginner. I don't know how long you've been doing this, how many you're listing a day, and what kind of titles you have, how well you're optimizing everything. If you're happy with the results, then you're doing good. But you also have to know it takes time. You got to be really patient, because this is not like a get rich quick kind of thing. You got to be really patient with everything. Okay. How much do I pay my VA? So that really depends. When I first started hiring virtual assistants, I used a website called Upwork. And on Upwork, the virtual assistants tend to be a little bit more expensive. So those ones I'm paying at least $250 an hour, some of them up to $450 an hour. But since then, I found a great website. It's called Online Jobs. The link in it is in the description of my YouTube video. So check that out, because those virtual assistants you can hire for $2 an hour, and they do great work. And the reason they're cheaper there is because Online Jobs doesn't take a cut of their paycheck, when on Upwork they do. And I find the quality of work to be the same on both websites. So from now on, I hire everyone from Online Jobs because it's cheaper. I still have a lot of virtual assistants I hired from Upwork that I'm not going to fire them because I could find work cheaper. That's not fair to them. They do great work, and I like that they're loyal to me, and I'll be loyal to them. Okay. Anthony, thanks for the compliment. Really appreciate it. Do I buy discounted gift cards? If yes, which site do I prefer? I don't buy discounted gift cards anymore. I've tried it with a couple of different suppliers. Most recently, I was buying a lot of items from Bed Bath & Beyond, and I used raise.com to buy, I think it was 5% off gift cards from them. And they were a really great website to work with, very easy. They had lots of gift cards. but I stopped using Bed Bath & Beyond. But Raise.com was a great site. Moralzo says, if I'm tax exempt at Home Depot, should I be charging sales tax to my buyers? You can only charge sales tax to your buyers if you are registered to collect sales tax in the state that they reside in. So I'm only registered in New York, so I only charge sales tax to my customers in New York. Steven wants to know about, again, the accounting software. I mentioned this before. I'm still using GoDaddy. I've just been having a little difficulty with them. It's not their fault. It's one of my credit card's fault. So I can't give it like a full review right now. But once my credit card starts working or I stop using it, I'll know better if it's the software that I want to keep using going forward. Okay, let's see what else. Why did I stop using Bed Bath & Beyond? What was the problem? So a couple of people asked this on Facebook. So again, I'm live on both YouTube here and Facebook. So that's what I mean here. So why I stopped using Bed Bath & Beyond? At first, they were really great. They shipped out items really fast. They had great customer service. So I was like, oh, this is great. I might as well buy a lot of items from them or source a lot of items from them. And it started to go really well. And then all of a sudden, I realized that for 2 weeks, they had been canceling my orders and not telling me. So I had all these cancellations. I have all these gift cards now, about $2,000 worth of gift cards that are unused. I don't know what to do with them. So it's been a big problem with them. Charge sales tax in New York. Do you still pay sales tax in the states? Taxes on the states? No, I only pay sales tax to New York State. Because that's all I'm registered to collect with. So Corwin was asking about variations in listings. So I don't really do variations in my listings. And what I mean by that is you can, within a listing, say like it's available in blue and it's also available in green. You can put down to one listing. They could hit a drop down and select blue or green. I just do separate listings for each order. For each variation. It makes it easier. And I like doing it that way better. But I do know I've seen lots of listings on eBay where they do have the variations. And it does seem to get a lot of sales when people do that. Because if you think about it, someone buys a blue one and someone buys a green one. Now it looks like the person got 2 sales for that one listing. And that really increases traffic to that listing. But I don't know why I haven't done it. It's just easier for me if I don't. So Daniel wants to know what tools I use to find hot selling items on eBay. Mostly I just use, I don't use a tool, but I have been using, hey Chad. Hey. I have been using DS Genie, and it's been working really well for that. I have a video on that if you guys want to check it out on the YouTube channel. And how to hire an accountant for the first time. There are so many to choose from. Yeah, accountants, this was something we struggle with too. And we just picked one. I'm not sure if we're happy with them yet, so I don't want to like talk a lot about the accounting too much until I really have a firm grasp on the whole situation and what we found out and what we like about one accountant over the other. So once we figure that all out, we'll make a video about it and keep you guys updated. Yeah, a lot of people asking about accounting today. I think it's because tax season's coming up, and I just made that video about my income report. So yeah, I'm definitely going to delve into this a lot in the next few weeks, especially with tax season coming up. Try to figure out what accounting software works best for us. Like I said, GoDaddy was working fine for us last year until I had this problem with my credit card. I'll try to find a better solution. It might just be QuickBooks, but I'll do a full review once I figure it all out. Green Cat wants to know what to do if your PayPal account gets banned or suspended. There's really no other alternate payment system. Everyone on eBay uses PayPal. You can check out with a credit card on eBay, but most people prefer PayPal. So if your PayPal account is suspended, I'll suggest you try to work through that, get it unsuspended, maybe try to start another account because there's really not much you can do if that happens. I don't use Terapeak, no. Okay. If you buy a $19 item with a $25 gift card, what happens to the remaining balance? Can you add them with your other gift card purchases? Just wanted to figure out how gift cards work. Yeah, absolutely. So all websites will let you use multiple gift cards. So you spend that $25 gift card, $19 item, you have $6 left over. You can use that gift card on a future purchase. They'll take $6 off the order, then you use another gift card, then you use another gift card until the whole thing is paid off. Rake and Profit is in the house. I just did a video with him over on his YouTube channel. You guys should check that out. That is Rake and Profit, R-A-I-K-E-N. Steve's a great guy. Do you have any goals next? 500,000 per month? Yeah, I just want to keep growing my store. I didn't hit $20,000 in profit this month. It came so close. So February, I really want to hit $21,000 in profit. That'd be a great goal for me. Obviously, I want to keep getting people to, what's the word I'm looking for? Obviously, I want to keep making my course better. I know it's been helping out a lot of people, and I want to see that community grow and really help people with that. And I want to finish the virtual assistant course so I can get that out for you guys as well. Ben, my scripts for my virtual assistants is available on both my blog and in the course as well. So Renzo, how to find hot products. So how to do that? I do use DS Genie sometimes. You can check out the link to that. I'm sorry, there's a video about that. I will be talking like more in depth about how I find hot products in probably like next week's Q&A. Rakin, I have not started the virtual assistant course yet. I have laid the whole thing out and I've been thinking about it for a while, so I know like exactly what's going to be in it. It's going to take me, I wanted to make sure it's like really well hashed out. So I haven't started yet. I'm going away in a couple of weeks. As soon as I'm back, I'm going to hit that and get the whole thing done. In with something that's it. If you're having trouble with your PayPal account because of drop shipping, the only issue I had with PayPal was that like in November when my sales really took off, they put a hold on my account and they just said, oh, you're selling too many items. It looks suspicious. So I had to get that hold removed before I could withdraw money from my account. Let's see what else we have over here. Do I have any coupon strategy? If yes, which on and with which suppliers? So Alejandro, I did used to use coupons for Bed Bath & Beyond when I was using them. It's so easy to get 20% off items or 20% off your order with Bed Bath & Beyond. Those coupons I was just getting from like friends and neighbors because those coupons come in the mail. If you're in the United States, you get them like all the time. If you've ever shopped at Bed Bath & Beyond, every time I would go home, my mom would just give me a stack of Bed Bath & Beyond coupons. It was like Christmas every time I came home, but I don't use them anymore. Okay. How long will I wait before taking off an item? So I'm assuming you mean if an item doesn't sell or if it's out of stock. What exactly do you mean, Renzo, by that? So SacFit asked me this week, how do I know if people have sniped my items? So there's a couple of ways you can tell. The most obvious way is to, if you go to your eBay account, where you go to pay your eBay fee, it will tell you a breakdown of each of your items, your most profitable items. And it will tell you whether there's been an increase or a decrease. And if you see like a large decrease in one of your items, copy the listing, paste it into the eBay search and see what else comes up. Because if someone else stole the same title as you, they're going to come up, you're going to see that there's a lower price. You know that they sniped you. Okay. All right, guys, I wanted to make an announcement now, if that's cool with everybody. Just take a break for a second. First of all, I wanted to thank everyone so much because we've hit 1,500 subscribers, which is huge for me. I really appreciate everyone who has been subscribing, watching the videos, giving thumbs up. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. The second thing I wanted to tell you guys is that a week from today, during the live Q&A, which will be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the channel as normal, I am not only going to answer all you guys' questions, show you guys how I'm going to find profitable items to list in my store, like any questions you might have about that, but I'm also going to give away 2 free entries to my course, the eBay Dropshipping Titans. Now, this is a course that I developed because I had a lot of people coming to me with questions. I was coaching a lot of students, and I just didn't really, and I noticed that people kept having the same problems. They didn't know how to find items to list. They didn't know which suppliers to use. They didn't know how to like set up a return on eBay. So I just made a whole video course explaining everything step by step, how to set up a store, how to run the store, how to scale your store. And I put that all into my course. If you want to check that out, the link is in the description to my YouTube channel. But more importantly, what I'm doing for you guys next week, I'm giving away 2 free entries to it. And so there's 2 ways for you guys to win. First, the first link in the description, I hope it's the first link. Let me check. Yeah, just sign up for my newsletter. If you're signed up for my newsletter, you're automatically entered to win a free entry. And that's all you have to do. The second way to win is you have to actually come to the live Q&A next week and be in the live Q&A when I scroll through, find a random person, and select them to get free access to the course. So 2 ways to win. If you want a link to next week's video, you just sign up for the newsletter. I'll send you a link that will send you directly to the live Q&A for next week. So 2 chances to win. Make sure you guys don't miss it. If you want to make sure that you don't miss the live Q&A, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell. And the bell will alert you when I go live so that you guys don't miss your chance next week to win a free entry to my course. Now, the other thing I want to say is that after my live Q&A is over next week on February 13th, the price of the course will be going up. So if you guys are thinking about joining the course and you've been putting it off, now is the best time to join because the price is going up. If you do win next week and you're already in the course, I will reimburse you because that's fair, right, guys? So if that sounds cool with everyone, just give me a 1 so I know that's cool and that makes sense. And for everyone on Facebook, I will drop the link into the Facebook. Cool. All right, looks good to everyone, great. So let's see what's going on over here. What kind of questions are rolling? Okay, great. So I want to make sure that was clear and that's good. So I'll see you guys next week at that. But let's keep answering your questions. I want to get out as much as I can for you guys. So WooCommerce wants to know how I deal with Amazon logistics tracking numbers. Or do I not use Amazon? I do use Amazon occasionally. I don't use them a lot. So there's 2 ways to kind of deal with this. Is one, you can just send it, 3 ways. One, you don't do anything. And most customers, because if you ship Prime today, they're going to get it before they even expect it to ship out. So then they're not even looking for the tracking number. Everything's okay. You can also upload it through PayPal, although that doesn't always work. Or you can also just send it to the customer and say, hey, it's on its way. Here's a tracking number. Send them a screenshot from Amazon. That's really the best you can do. Bridget says Home Depot gift card is a pain. How is it a pain, Bridget? I found them to be a pain in the past, but they've gotten much better. So I don't really see them as a problem. Yeah, the Floyd says, if a customer complains about Amazon logistics, just take a screenshot. And that's really the best you can do. Okay. So let's see. We already have Sandra, Andres, Tanya all sign up for a chance to win. Curvin sign up, Joyce, Joanne. I'll see you guys next week. You're already entered to win the free course. I signed up for the newsletter. V and Dave are also signed up. I'll see you guys next week. So do I bother with gift receipts on Walmart? WooCommerce Dropshipping wants to know. Yeah, I always do gift receipts on Amazon, Walmart, Bed Bath & Beyond when I use them. Wherever it's available, I use it. It does make a big difference. So Steve wants to know how long Home Depot will take to inform you if your order is canceled. Home Depot rarely cancels order. They sometimes have back-ordered items. That's really rare. They usually inform me very quickly. It's usually before the item is supposed to ship out on eBay. eBay honor the screenshot. So Travis, eBay generally won't honor an Amazon logistics. So it's really because they can't track it themselves. So there's really nothing you can do. It's really more for the customer. Let's see. Nadia says she signed up also. Let's refresh. Take a look. Yep, Nadia signed up for to win the free course. Ben says, I live in New York, but I charge sales tax in almost every state, but I also pay sales tax when I purchase the item, but I only have my certificate from New York. Am I doing anything wrong? Yeah, you are. I'm not an accountant, but you're not supposed to do that. You have to, if you're collecting sales tax, you actually have to send that to the state you collect it for, which would be every state in this case. So I would talk to an accountant about that. Schools. WooCommerce, yeah, I'll repeat what he said. I don't want to scare anybody. So let's see on Facebook what's going on over here. So how does Home Depot price match Amazon? Mike wants to know. Home Depot will price match Amazon if it's like a Prime fulfilled by Amazon item. And that's the way that they will price match it. Home Depot is really good about price matching. If you find an item on one website and it's cheaper, purchase the item on on Home Depot. I meant Home Depot is very good at price matching. I don't know if that's what I said. Purchase the item on Home Depot, then contact them through the chat or through calling them and say, oh, I bought this item, but it was cheaper on Amazon, it was cheaper on Walmart. They will price it and reimburse your card, give you credit for it. Green Cat wants to know, can you use PayPal for Home Depot instead of gift cards without fear of cancellation? Absolutely. When I first started, before I was using virtual assistants, I would always check out from Home Depot using PayPal because it always worked. They would never cancel my orders. Obviously, I can't give access to my PayPal account to my virtual assistants. I've tried different ways. Actually created a PayPal account that was only to be used by my virtual assistants. I put one credit card on there for them to use, but they couldn't access it from overseas. PayPal flagged it as a possible fraudulent activity, so it didn't work anyway. So that's why I use the gift cards with the virtual assistants. GJ says, I forgot to answer my question. I might have just missed it. If you repeat the question, I'll be happy to answer it. So Tyler wants to know best advice for getting set up for sales tax. Do I use a service like TaxJar? So there are services like TaxJar that will do it for you automatically. And when I say do it for you automatically, I mean that they'll send the money to the appropriate states automatically, but you have to set it all up beforehand. You have to get registered with your state to collect sales tax and all of that. And then you hook up with a service like TaxJar. I don't do that. I just send it myself. I check PayPal, or rather GoDaddy. It will show me how much money I collected in sales tax. Since I'm only registered in New York, I know all that's being sent to New York. Andre says, no, I still work my 9-to-5 job as an attorney here in New York. Bridget says, sniping is so much work. I'd rather just find my own items and optimize the tile myself, don't you think? There's benefits and drawbacks to both sniping and to just straight optimization. I've gone over it in other videos, so I'm not going to go in depth here. Obviously, the benefit of sniping is that you quickly find items that are selling well. The drawback to it is that you're not like ahead of the game. You're not finding items that no one else has listed. You're relying on other sellers. So if you're finding items and doing straight optimization, you're ahead of the pack. You're going to find items that no one else is thinking to list. The other drawback of sniping is it kind of puts you, Becky from Broke to Boss Girl said it in a way that I couldn't say it better myself. She says, if you're sniping, as soon as you fire that first shot, it gives away your position. And that's so true with sniping on eBay, because you copy someone else's title And now you're like within this sniping bubble. So anyone, it's like you're fair game. Then they find you through searching for a title, and now everyone's going to copy your store, and you're all copying each other. So that's the drawback of sniping. Okay. Tip for when using PayPal for supplier orders, get a PayPal debit card and you'll get 1% cash back. Yeah, so you can get a PayPal business debit card and use that, and that will give you 1% back. But that only works if you use it as a credit card. And if you check out using PayPal, like you go to homedepot.com and check out using PayPal, you can't use your PayPal debit card to check out through PayPal, if that makes sense. So if that makes sense, give me a 1, because I don't know if I can explain it better than that. Okay. The difference between the winner and loser is that the winner works and does. So Salama says, we all know that the difference between the winner and the loser is that the loser works and does what he does not say, and is saying the truth. We are good when we think good. Do what you want. Okay. I don't know what that's saying. I'm sorry. I read that whole thing out loud because I don't know what you're saying there. Sorry, man. eBay plan to move away from PayPal be an issue in your mind. So John wants to know if eBay split from PayPal will be an issue in my mind, or will it make things easier? I think it's a little too early to say. I mean, I think it's annoying to have both eBay and PayPal. You have to go to PayPal to see your transactions, and sometimes they don't talk to each other very well. I think it's going to be better to have it all in one system like Amazon does, but obviously eBay's doing this because they'll make more money this way. They promised us that it would be lower fees for us. Let's see if that's true, though. I don't know. X-Demand says, greetings from Miami. Super jealous. It's freezing here in New York. I wish I was in Miami. Actually, I'll be down in Florida in a couple weeks. So not in Miami, though. So he wants to know, with DSM tools, are you able to list 50 items total every month with the free account? Right. Great question. So you're allowed to have a total of 50 items in your account. So if you list 50 items in February and they stay in your account, then in March, you can't list 50 more. That makes sense. It's for the total amount in your DSM account. All right. Will I ever have a live meetup for Titans Tribe? That's a great idea, Mike. I'm thinking about doing it actually here in New York. I don't know how many people are around this area. I do know a few. So maybe when the weather gets nicer, because I don't even like leaving my apartment since it's been so cold. So probably this summer I'll do something. And then if I ever travel around, the trip I'm taking a few weeks, we've already kind of crunched for time. But if I ever take any trips after that to like popular locations, I might have live meetups there as well. But I'll definitely start with one in New York this summer, see who's able to make it. Great, great, great. So let's see what people are doing over here. Okay. We have Joanne and Brandon and Jason are all taking advantage of the lower price on eBay Dropshipping Titans before it goes up. We also have Tom and Clifford all joined the course just now, trying to get it in before the price goes up next week. Like I said, the price of the course is going up on Tuesday, a week from today, at the end of the Q&A. We have Mike and Jim and Amy and Autumn all enter to win the free entry to the course. For those of you just joining us, I'm giving away 2 free entries to eBay Dropshipping Titans next week. Click on the first link in my YouTube description to find out all about how to enter. Robert says there's more than one way to skin a cat. Absolutely. There's so many different ways to dropship on the eBay. So, you know, try different things, see what works best for you. And I think that's what Steve's trying to get out there. Sassy says, no, payday's Wednesday. So Sassy, you'll get paid tomorrow, and you can always buy it tomorrow before the price goes up a week from today. So WooCommerce wants to know, what software have I tried? I've tried a lot of different softwares. You're on YouTube, so check out everything in the link. Everything in my description. I talk about the tracking number software I use to automatically upload items to eBay. Tracking numbers to eBay. You talk about DSM tool. In the DSM tool, you can automatically list items and track and reprice them. Yeah, everything's in the description of my YouTube channel. Yeah, Chewbacca says Home Depot is not free on DSM tool. It's in a premium store. Yeah, but the first premium account on DSM tool is only $10, so it's totally worth it. So I'm probably going to say your name wrong. I apologize. On Facebook, we have Rocio says, I'm new on eBay and only have a listing limit of 10 products a month. How can eBay increase your limits? So what you want to do is eBay is only going to increase your limits if they see you're actually making sales. So you want to list items that you know are going to sell well, set them at a competitive price. I would even say you want to break even on them just to get the sales going, to show eBay that you're able to make sales and that you're able to fulfill the orders effectively. And once you show that to eBay and actually make some sales, then everything would work out well and they're going to increase your limit. It can be very annoying, it's very frustrating, but keep at it, keep proving to eBay that you're a reputable seller, and they will actually increase your limit every single month. No, I do not use AliExpress as a supplier. They take a long time to ship items out to eBay customers. It just doesn't work for this type of model. If you have like a like some sort of private label thing, they would probably work there, but I don't do that. So Bridget wants to know how I import all my Home Depot items from SKU Grid to DSM tool. Yes, I have. I made a video about that, so check out the videos because there is one showing exactly how to do that. WooCommerce wants to know if I focus on a certain price range for my eBay items. I don't anymore. I used to only sell cheaper items or list cheaper items because they sell faster. And I was just trying to get more sales to build momentum for my store. Now I list a variety of items, expensive, inexpensive. Of course, the inexpensive ones do sell a lot more regularly, but the expensive ones do sell. And when they do, that's huge profit. That's awesome when that does happen. So I like to spread it out that way. Yes, DSM tool does have a price and inventory tracking as well. If I get to 5,000 listings, should I expect at least 5,000 profit? I'm doing things the way I am now. Currently, I'm at 2,100 listings and $18 to $2,000 profit. So Moralzo, that's awesome. I'm so happy that you're doing well on eBay. It's really hard to tell if you're going to get $5,000 in profit with 5,000 listings. That's like a good rule of thumb, $1 for every listing, but it really depends on how well you're doing them. It sounds like you're doing everything right. If your profit's almost $2,000 a month and you have 2,100 listings, so you're doing everything right, I would just keep going. Don't focus so much on the profit. That will come. Just keep growing and doing what you know is working for yourself already. Mas says they sign up for the newsletter. Want to make sure they're in. You should get an email. Once you click on the email, that will make sure that you're in. I'm not sure what your email address is, so you can always email me afterward to make sure that you're in for the running. Where can I buy Home Depot gift cards for international dropshippers? I'm not an international dropshipper, so I can't answer that question. I would check out Broke to Boss Girl. She is an international seller. She might be able to answer your question better. Do your VAs list your items and optimize the tiles for you, or should I list the items myself and have the VAs optimize the tiles afterward? So the listing of the products is the easy part. It's the optimization that's the difficult part. So it's really up to you how you want to do that. I do both. I have some VAs listing. I do listings myself. And they do it the same way that I do. So it's really up to you how you want to arrange that. That's what's great about having virtual assistants. They can do anything you want. They can do anything, really. Like I've talked about this in other videos, they do everything for my store. And I always had this like limited belief that, oh, they're not going to be able to do this or they're not going to be able to do that. And yeah, they're not going to be able to do it as well. Sorry, as well as I can do it. Because I want it done like a very specific way. But if I just let go and let them do it, they can do it and they do it really well. And I could kind of take more of like a back seat and just let them do it and trust them. And they're really good at it. Bridget, okay. Okay, running out of battery on my phone. That's okay though. So somebody wants to know, I don't want to mispronounce her name, but they want to know how many months it took me to start making good earnings. So for like the first 6 months or so, I really struggled. I was getting like some sales, making some profit, wasn't really happy with the way things were going. It took me like 6 or 7 months before like I finally figured out like, oh, like this is the way I'm supposed to list items. This is how I'm supposed to price my items. And I know that it sounds like a long time because it was, and it was such a struggle for me. But once I figured it out, I was like, okay, this is so much easier. I know how this works. I know how the eBay game works. I know which items are going to sell well. And that's what I focused on. So I think from between like June and July, my income tripled to like 21,000 from 7,000 to 21, then 21 to 60. So after that, it just grew. So it's really just about knowing how the system worked. And that's everything that I cover in my course, because I don't want you guys to waste the same amount of time that I did just trying to figure out the basics of eBay and just trying to figure out these formulas for listing and finding great items to list. So Anthony wants to know, how much did you make dropshipping without virtual assistants? I have to look back. I don't remember exactly when I started hiring virtual assistants. It was and how much I was making at the time. They definitely do cut into my profit margin a little bit, but I would not be able to scale my store to the point that it is without them. They spend many more hours a day working on the course. Working on the store than I do. So there's just no way the store would be at the point as it is now without them. So they're totally worth it. But like I said, don't make the same mistake I did. Go in the description of my video. There's a link to the best website for hiring virtual assistants. You can get them for $2 an hour. I would save over $10,000 a year if I had just hired all my virtual assistants from this website. But I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna fire the ones I already hired because they do a great job and they're like part of the company now. We're just asking about, if I set 3% for PayPal fee and 10% for eBay fees, and my break even is defaulted 17%, can I set my margin at 30%, not including the fees, instead on DSM tool? Yeah, you can do that. I think I follow you, and I think that would work. Mike wants to know when you should delete items that don't sell. That's really up to you and what your threshold is. Excuse me. I usually say that if it hasn't sold in 60 days, I'll delete it, or maybe I'll try changing the title. I'll look at the item. What I used to do is I would look at the item and say, can I make this a better title? Can I change a different photo? And then I would do that first. Now I just delete them because I have so much other things going on. I don't want to waste time going through each item. So Top Motivational Videos wants to know what I think about Sears and Kmart. I've sold a few items from Sears and Kmart. They're actually really great suppliers. I just haven't really delved into them. I mentioned in the past video, I might start looking at Kmart more seriously because I've heard great things about them, and they do give like percentages back. I think they're really great. And I know that Becky from Broke the Boss Girl really likes them. So I think she made a video about that. So you might want to check that out. But I don't want to give you guys a definitive answer on that until I really try it for myself. With any source, you should try it for yourself. See if you like it. Start small and then grow up gradually. Learn from my mistake with Bed Bath & Beyond. I went like all in. I'm like, as soon as I saw that they worked, and then it totally failed on me. And that was my mistake because I scaled way too quickly with them. But just take it slow. So what are my main suppliers? Yeah, Home Depot is my main supplier. I also use Walmart, use a little bit of Amazon, and I was using Bed Bath & Beyond, but they're gone. So I'm starting to look into Kmart. Lily wants to know my eBay store name. So my eBay store name is Oh, I just forgot it. Sorry. Alejandro wants to know what my YouTube channel name is. My YouTube channel name is The Hustle Husbands. Just look it up on YouTube. I'll put a link because this is somebody on Facebook. I'll put a link to it right there. I have not tried Pricematic. If that's how you say it, software. Okay. I'm below standard because out of stock, and I have PayPal jail now. My selling total fee at 20%, but sales keep going. I'm not quite following everything that you're having problem with there. You're below standard because you're out of stock. So you just want to, so let's talk about being below standard. So you want to make sure that when you cancel an order, you don't select that it's out of stock. You want to select that the buyer asked to cancel it, or that there's something wrong with their address that you don't get below standard. So that'd be my advice there. I don't know which way are the, okay. X de Man wants to know if I'm considering Amazon in the future. Yes, absolutely. Sometime after probably March or in March, we're going to start selling on Amazon. We haven't made a decision yet if we're going to do drop shipping or FBA. I kind of want to try FBA. I think it would be a new challenge. I'm excited to like make videos about it and talk about it. There's a couple of courses I'm looking at that I might take, and I'm going to be checking out all of that and talking about it here on the YouTube channel about that when it happens. So Altair says I should make more lifestyle types of videos. My life's pretty boring. I just I go ride my bike to work, go to work during lunch. I drop ship. I come home. I drop ship or work on the course for you guys, or I spend a lot of time walking my dog, hanging out with him. So right now it's boring. Hopefully things get more exciting soon. I just hate the cold, so I just work all winter. And hopefully during summer I can start doing some more fun things. But we are getting out of here. Like I said, we're going to get down to Florida and have a good time. Yeah, definitely WooCommerce. I'm going to be doing private label if I do FBA. Yeah, so you want the buyer to email you first before canceling. So usually what I do is I send them a message saying this item was damaged on the way to you or on the way to like UPS. We don't want to send you a damaged item, but it was also the last one we had in stock. Do you want to wait for the item or do you want to refund right now? If they say they want a cancellation, then they said they want a cancellation. So you're not lying when you say buyer asked to cancel it. If they say they want to wait, then you got to wait until it's back in stock. And just keep asking them, do you want to keep waiting or do you want to cancel the order? Yeah, Anthony says being an attorney plus making a ton on eBay must be brutal. I can't tell if you're being sarcastic about that. It is a lot of work. I work really, really hard, but it's totally worth it. I love doing this. I love my job. So I just do what I love, and that's unfortunately a lot of things right now. Lucky Lifestyle Designer says, smash that like button, folks. I can't agree more. If you guys are enjoying this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And smash that like button. Things are going to be wrapping up soon, but I want to remind you guys again that the first link in the description below, you can sign up for the newsletter. You get a free entry to win free access to eBay Dropshipping Titans, my course. They'll also send you a link to the live Q&A I'm doing next week. And you can also win an entry to the live Q&A just by being a subscriber to my YouTube channel. I think I forgot to say that before. You have to be subscribed to my YouTube channel and show up for the live Q&A. So you guys can start now by subscribing now, then click on the link in the YouTube description and make sure you sign up for the newsletter. Let's see who signed up. So we have Patty and Kent and Walid all signed up to enter to win a free entry to the Titans course. So you guys are in the running right now. Then we have Mike and Steve and Nancy, who have just signed up for the course as well. They're all taking advantage of the price before it goes up on February 13th after the live Q&A. All right. All right. I'm trying to check out the Facebook comments. I don't know if up is the new ones. I guess I have to go down. All right. So I have a couple more minutes. I can answer a few more questions before we call it a wrap for today. Do I help people renew their green card? No, sorry, I can't help you with that. You mean because I'm an attorney? I'm not sure what your question is, honestly. Oh, okay. So Anthony wasn't being sarcastic. He wants to know why I was doing drop shipping, even though I have a successful career as an attorney. It's just because the last job I worked, I wasn't crazy about it. So I started looking for ways to make money online. And that's when I found drop shipping, Shopify drop shipping. I failed at that. And then even though I found a good job after that, it still bugged me so much that I wasn't able to make money online. And because of that, I tried something else. And that's how I got into this. So I just didn't like failing, even though I don't think failing is necessarily a bad thing always. But I just wanted to prove to myself that I could do it. Sassy Sorcerer said you didn't get a confirmation email when you signed up earlier today. You could send me an email, paul@thehustlehusbands.com. I'll take a look. Has anyone signed up recently? And if you did you get a confirmation email? I want to make sure it's working correctly. So that's 2 people who didn't get the confirmation email. All right, I'll look into that. This is new program for me, so I'm assuming it's working because a lot of people are signing up and it's working correctly. So I'll just keep an eye on it. But if you didn't get a confirmation email, just send me an email, paul@thehustlehusbands.com. I'll make sure that you're in the newsletter email list. A lot of you guys may have signed up for my newsletter a while ago and don't even know it because I never really send out emails. I don't like to, spam you guys. So if you ever signed up for my newsletter in the past, or if you got my free ebook by signing up, then you're in already for the free entry. Oh, great. There's a lot of people who didn't get that confirmation email. Okay. Shoot. So a lot of people are having the same problem. I'll have to look into that. This is new for me, so I'll have to try to figure that out, what happened. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully you guys are in there. If you didn't get a confirmation email, send me an email, paul@thehustlehusbands.com, and I'll check out what happened. I'm sorry about that, guys. All right, so we're pretty much wrapped up here. Let's see, I'll refresh this. Seems like nobody. Okay, WooCommerce, I see that you did sign up. I see your email now. So you're in, so I know that's working. So thanks for doing that. And I'll make sure that you guys get all the instructions. All right, guys, thanks so much for coming by and for asking a lot of great questions. I hope you guys got some value out of this. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe below and hit the bell so you don't miss the live Q&A next week, because I want you guys to be in the running to win free entry to the course. All right, guys, thanks so much. And I'll see you in the next video, or at the very latest next week.